Welcome to Northwestern, and thank you for watching this video. My name is Sam Ritchie, and I'm the Associate Director of Admissions for the Feinberg School of Medicine Physician Assistant Program. In this video, my goal is to share our admissions process and policies with you. If you're interested in learning more about our outstanding curriculum, I invite you to watch a separate video that is also available to you via the Information Sessions page of our website. We'll link you directly to our site in the following presentation. All right, let's get started. Once again, welcome to the Northwestern University PA program in beautiful downtown Chicago, Illinois. Let's start with our agenda. I will give you a high-level overview of our program and then share a few resources that you can use now or in the future to get to know a little bit more about our curriculum, students, and facilities. Next, we'll cover the 2 required applications for our program and the overall application timeline. After that, we'll take a look at our admissions requirements and how our admissions committee evaluates applications. Finally, we'll close by noting how you can send updates to us after you apply. Ready? As we get rolling, a very important note about accreditation. Our program was reaccredited by the ARCPA in March 2023 and was granted accreditation continued status for the maximum 10-year window. If you wish to know more about our accreditation history, you can find that information on the ARCPA website. All right, let's look at the big picture. We are located in downtown Chicago, Illinois, on the shore of Lake Michigan. We have a 24-month full-time curriculum, and instruction is in person. There is no online option, and there is no part-time option. Graduates of our program earn a Master of Medical Science degree. We have a single start date to our academic year in either late May or early June, depending on how the calendar falls. We plan to enroll 42 students for the class of 2029, starting in late May or early June 2027. Our program is part of the Northwestern University Feinberg School of Medicine. The School of Medicine has an affiliation with Northwestern Medicine, a system of hospitals and clinics located throughout the Chicago metro area. And as a student at Northwestern, you will benefit from this world-class network during both your first and second years in the program. And finally, it's worth noting that Northwestern University is a private institution and that our program does not give admissions preference to residents of Illinois or on the basis of residency or geographical origin in general. All students enrolled in our program pay the same tuition and fees, which are updated annually. You can find cost of attendance information on our website under admissions via the top navigation or by scanning the QR code you see on your screen. Let me take a minute to highlight a few resources that you can use to learn more about us and get a better idea of what the curriculum and student life is like here at our program. First, I would like to invite you to visit our website, which is a great resource for detailed information about the admissions process and policies we'll cover in this presentation. You can find us using your favorite search engine by searching for Northwestern University PA program, or you can scan the QR code you see on our screen, and that will take you right to our homepage. Please check out our video. You just have to click that button you see there on the homepage, and if you scroll down on the homepage, you'll find a link to an additional video featuring a day in the life of one of our class of 2022 alumni who practices as a cardiac surgery PA at Northwestern Medicine. I'd also like to invite you to follow us on Instagram. We have 3 accounts. At NUPA Program is our main account. At NUPA Students is, no surprise, run by our students and focuses on student life. And NUPA Rise is the account run by our new student affinity group. RISE stands for Representation, Inclusivity, and Social Equity. This session is devoted to admissions, so we have intentionally set aside many other important topics. But please know that we have a separate recorded information session covering our curriculum and culture waiting for you on the Information Sessions page of our website. In that session, I am joined by 3 of our recent alumni, and I hope it will bring our program to life for you. And finally, you can check out a virtual campus tour of the Feinberg School of Medicine by scanning the QR code or by visiting our website homepage and scrolling down to the very bottom. All right, now for the main event. Let's talk admissions. We absolutely must begin with our mission. Everything we seek to accomplish flows from these guiding principles, and at the end of the day, we define our success to the extent that we measure up to them. There are several key ideas upon which we build our program culture. a commitment to team-based, compassionate, patient-centered care that is informed by cultural sensitivity, the embrace of ongoing learning and self-improvement, and the practice of giving back to our communities, professional and personal. We are looking for applicants, students, and graduates who aspire to and live out these values on a daily basis. Now we'll get into the details. Let's start by taking a look at the two applications that you will need to complete. For reference, I am recording this session in early January 2026. The CASPA, or Centralized Application Service for Physician Assistants Common Application, is expected to open in late April 2026. Please visit the CASPA website for detailed information about the application structure, guidelines, and rules. In brief, you will pay fees associated with CASPA submission. You will submit your academic transcripts. You will write and submit a personal statement, and you will ask references to submit letters attesting to your academic and professional performance and abilities. In CASPA, these letters of reference are called evaluations. For our program, your application must include at least 3 letters of reference, and at least one of these letters must be authored by a healthcare professional supervisor or colleague, past or present. Personal references from friends or family members are not accepted. CASPA allows an applicant to have up to 5 letters submitted on their behalf. Our admissions team will read and evaluate all submitted letters, whether that's 3, 4, or 5. There is no admissions advantage or disadvantage to the number of letters submitted. In addition, and completely separate from the CASPA application, is our Northwestern University PA program supplemental application. All applicants who meet our minimum admissions requirements will be invited via email to access and complete our supplemental application once their CASPA application achieves verified status. Once you are invited to access the supplemental application, you can view and work on it without submitting payment. At the point of submission, there is a $50 fee. There are 3 required essays and 1 optional essay. We will provide a supplemental application fee waiver to any applicant who has been granted a CASPA fee waiver. If this applies to you, please contact us at paprogram@northwestern.edu to inquire about a waiver, and please include proof of your waiver, such as a screenshot of the waiver email from CASPA in which your name and CASPA ID appear. You must do this before you submit our supplemental application. We do not grant supplemental application fee refunds under any circumstances. Submission of these 2 applications, the CASPA and verified status, and the supplemental, constitute a complete application to the Northwestern PA program, provided that you meet our minimum admissions requirements, which we'll cover later in this presentation. It's important to note that the supplemental application does not need to be submitted within a certain time frame after you receive the invitation to access it, provided that you meet the deadlines for both submissions, which we'll discuss shortly. Once we receive both your verified CASPA submission and your supplemental submission, your application is considered complete, and we will contact you by email to confirm this complete status. Okay, that was a lot of information. So let me try to summarize things nicely for you. To be eligible to receive an offer to interview, and thus an offer of admission, you must meet our minimum admissions requirements, which we'll cover soon. First, you'll submit your CASPA application. Once it achieves verified status and has 3 or more received evaluations associated with it, we will send you an email invitation to access our supplemental application. From there, you will complete and submit the supplemental application. Once you have submitted both applications, please allow us up to 3 business days to process this information. We will then contact you by email at the address provided to us as part of your CASPA application to confirm the complete status of your application. Your application will then be put in queue for review by our admissions committee. All applications are reviewed in the order that they achieve complete status. Now, let's turn our attention to the overall admissions timeline. As mentioned, the cycle is expected to open in late April 2026 when the CASPA application becomes available. Our supplemental application will also start being available by email invitation on this date. Our interview season will begin in September and end in December. All interviews will be held virtually via Zoom. The CASPA application deadline for our program is 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time on September the 1st, 2026. To meet our requirements, your CASPA application for our program must be in verified status as of this deadline. In addition, you must submit the Northwestern University PA program supplemental application by our September 15th, 2026, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time deadline. No exceptions are made to these deadlines for any reason, including technical issues. It is important to note that other PA programs may have different application deadlines, so please be sure to consult CASPA and the respective websites of the PA programs to which you will be applying to understand their deadlines and requirements. While the CASPA application deadline for our program is September the 1st, our general advice to applicants is to submit their CASPA application at least 4 weeks in advance of this deadline to comfortably allow time to address any issues that may arise and for the verification process to reach completion. If you get ahead of the game, you will not have to worry about crossing the finish line in time. Applicants submitting applications in the 2026 admissions cycle outlined here will be aiming to secure a seat in our class of 2029. For this class, we anticipate an academic year start date in late May or early June 2027. The exact date will be finalized in late 2026 and published on the How to Apply page of our website under admissions via the top navigation. There is a single start date for all students. Let's now look at our admissions requirements. We'll start with our degree requirement. An applicant must have earned or be on track to earn a bachelor's or higher level degree from a regionally accredited college or university in the United States or English-speaking Canada by the time of matriculation to our program. That is to say, by the start date of our program. Applicants can earn their degree in any academic major or concentration. So, just to be clear with respect to the timeline, for the 2026 admissions cycle, you could be a college senior on track to earn your bachelor's degree in mid-May 2027, and that would meet our requirement. Such an applicant would be perfectly eligible to receive an offer to interview and an offer of admission. Their eligibility to start here at the Northwestern PA program would ultimately be contingent upon them earning their bachelor's degree as documented on their official transcript in accordance with the published timeline. Now, let's talk about GPAs. We have new GPA requirements for this admission cycle, so please do take note of this important update. All applicants must apply with a minimum overall GPA of 3.3 and a minimum science GPA of 3.3 as calculated by CASPA at the time of application verification to be eligible for further consideration for admission to the Northwestern University PA program. There are no exceptions. CASPA does this GPA math, and we take their calculation as is, and we will not recalculate. To be clear, meeting this requirement means that you must have achieved these minimum overall and science GPAs at the time of CASPA application verification. So, for example, you cannot meet this requirement if you apply with an overall or science GPA of 3.29 and then subsequently complete coursework which raises your GPA to or above the 3.3 minimum requirement. Regarding testing, we do not require submission of GRE, CASPER, or PA-CAT results, and should any of these test results be submitted as part of a CASPA application, they will not be evaluated by our admissions committee and will not factor into our assessment of an application. International applicants must submit qualifying TOEFL results, and we will cover that separately later in this presentation. Next up is patient care experience. All applicants to our program are required to have accrued at least 1,000 hours of direct patient care experience at the time of application. So, to be clear, meeting this requirement means that you must document at least 1,000 hours of patient care experience accrued as of the date of CASPA submission. You cannot meet this requirement by applying with, let's say, 900 hours and then reach the 1,000 hour minimum later in the admissions cycle. We know that CASPA draws a distinction between patient care experience and healthcare experience. For the Northwestern University PA program, many roles that are defined as healthcare experience by CASPA will meet our own definition of patient care experience with respect to meeting this 1,000 hour requirement. We welcome you to contact us at paprogram@northwestern.edu with questions about the eligibility of your role to meet our requirements. Finally, we require all applicants to complete 6 prerequisite courses by the time of matriculation to the program. These courses are anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, medical terminology, microbiology, and statistics. Lab coursework is not required for our program. For the 2026-27 admission cycle, opening in April 2026, this coursework must have been completed on or after September the 1st, 2019 to be eligible to meet our requirements. This is a 7-year window and no exceptions are made for any reason. Please note that there is no time limit with respect to other coursework. So, for example, if you completed your undergraduate degree before September the 1st, 2019, that's perfectly fine. Only these 6 courses need to be completed within this designated 7-year window. You are absolutely welcome to apply with prerequisite coursework in progress or planned for the future. This is a very common scenario among applicants, and there is no admissions disadvantage. On the next slide, I will cover our guidelines regarding application with outstanding prerequisite coursework. These 6 courses can be completed at any regionally accredited United States or English-speaking Canadian institution, which includes almost all community colleges. They can be completed in person or online. Each must be completed for at least 3 semester or quarter credits, no unit conversion required, with a grade of C or higher. The lone exception with respect to the credit value is medical terminology, which need only be completed for at least 1 quarter or semester credit. If you have a question about whether the coursework you've completed, or are currently taking, or are considering, will meet our requirements, please contact us at paprogram@northwestern.edu and we will be happy to review and provide guidance. When emailing us, please include the syllabus for each course, if possible. Please also note the identifying information for the course in your email. For example, Stats 200, Introduction to Statistics, as well as the college or university at which it was completed or will be completed. Thank you. If you will be applying this year and have not yet completed the 6 prerequisite courses, let me quickly outline our requirements with respect to their completion. Let's say it's July 2026, and an applicant has not yet completed and is not yet enrolled in 3 of the 6 prerequisite courses. That's not an unusual circumstance. Many applicants apply with prerequisite coursework outstanding, and there is no disadvantage in our admissions process in this scenario. To meet our requirement that all coursework be completed by the time of matriculation to the program, the applicant could enroll in and complete those 3 outstanding courses by December 31st, 2026, or enroll in and complete 2 of the 3 outstanding courses by December 31st, 2026, and then enroll and complete the 3rd and final course between January the 1st, 2027 and May 28th, 2027. Should a candidate be offered admission with prerequisite coursework in progress or planned for the future, their eligibility to matriculate to the program is ultimately contingent upon their successful completion of outstanding coursework in accordance with our admissions requirements in advance of our program start date. Let me now take a moment to cover the specific requirements for international applicants. First, let's define the term international applicant as it applies to our admissions process. For our program, international graduates who do not hold or are not in the process of completing a baccalaureate or higher level degree from a regionally accredited college or university in the United States or English-speaking Canada are considered international applicants to our program. In addition to meeting the general admissions requirements just outlined, international applicants must meet the following specific requirements. They must submit 1 or more qualifying foreign transcript evaluations to CASPA. They must meet our minimum published TOEFL score criteria. And they must have earned or be on track to earn 30 or more credit hours, semester or quarter, at a regionally accredited U.S. college or university by the time of matriculation. As noted among our general admissions requirements, all prerequisite coursework must be completed at a regionally accredited United States or English-speaking Canadian institution of higher learning for academic credit in order to meet our requirements. We ask that you please visit the International Applicants page of our website, which is located under Admissions in the How to Apply section, to understand our requirements in complete detail. You can also scan the QR code you see on your screen and be taken directly to that page. We employ a rolling admissions process. This is a term that often causes confusion, so let me discuss how this works specifically here at Northwestern. First, we have made an intentional effort to create a level playing field with respect to the timing of application submission as it relates to the opportunity to receive an invitation to interview and subsequently an offer of admission to the program. We evaluate applications as they are submitted, but we will not start holding interviews until after the CASPA application deadline of September the 1st. This means that when we review your application, many interview opportunities will still be available, no matter when you apply. We extend those interview opportunities in small batches equitably across time, starting in August and continuing through December. And finally, we make offers of admission incrementally such that seats always remain available during the entire interview season. So if you interview on the final date in December, several seats in the class will be available at that point in time, guaranteed. In this rolling approach, the timeline between application submission and interview invitation can vary significantly for a given applicant. For example, one applicant could submit their application in August and receive an invitation to interview in September, while another applicant could submit their application in May and receive an invitation to interview in November. We do not send denials to applicants before we conclude the interview season. That is, all candidates who submit a complete application that meets our minimum requirements will remain eligible to receive an invitation to interview until our interview season ends. If an applicant will not receive an offer to interview, that is a denial, they will be notified at the end of the interview season via email at the address provided to us via their CASPA application. Each year, we invite approximately 150 candidates to interview. We will conduct all interviews virtually via Zoom, with interview dates beginning in September and concluding in December. We use a traditional conversational interview style featuring one-on-one interviews with faculty and program alumni. As mentioned at the start of the presentation, we have a 24-month curriculum. No advanced standing or academic credit is granted based on prior academic or professional experience. That is, all students will complete the entire curriculum without exception from start to finish to earn their Master of Medical Science degree. So far, we've talked about what you, as an applicant, need to understand and do in order to have a complete application that meets our requirements. Now, let me talk about how we do our work in evaluating your application. Our admissions committee conducts a holistic review, looking at all elements of your application. There are two application elements that we value most, and those are the first two you see here, your academic record and your patient care experience. Why are these two valued the most? Because they mirror the PA school experience. You will spend your first year almost exclusively in the classroom, completing a rigorous, fast-paced health science curriculum. During your second year, you will complete 11 clinical rotations, working across diverse areas of medicine with a diverse set of clinicians and within diverse settings, working with diverse patient populations. Your academic and patient care experience should demonstrate to us that you are, 1, ready for this opportunity, 2, capable of performing well, and 3, have a clear understanding, based in lived experience, that patient care and the PA profession are the right fit for you. While the number of patient care hours accrued is certainly important to us, we are also looking for applicants who can demonstrate professional growth, promotion, and a progressive increase in the level of patient care responsibility held over time. We encourage you to convey this richer context to us in your CASPA and supplemental applications. We will also evaluate all of your other CASPA experiences, awards, and accolades. We want to see what you've accomplished and who you are in full context. We will evaluate your written materials, which include your CASPA personal statement and your supplemental application essays, and of course, your letters of reference. Should you be invited to interview with us, naturally, your performance during your interview day will be a very important factor in our decision to make an offer of admission. Finally, it is important to note that we do not give admissions preference to specific academic majors or degrees. While many of our students do have a degree in a science discipline, we look to admit a cohort with diverse academic experience and interests. In similar fashion, we do not give admissions preference to specific patient care roles or titles. While certain job titles or certifications will allow for a wider or narrower scope of practice, We know that there can be significant variation in the patient care responsibilities held in two roles with the same title. And so, our admissions committee looks beyond these titles and evaluates the detailed nature of the patient care roles that you share with us in your application. Let's say you've applied to Northwestern and received confirmation of a successful submission from us. All your ducks are in a row, and you've put together an excellent application, and now you are just waiting. But time marches on, and you're accomplishing new things, and you'd like to keep us up to date. So, how can you do that? If you continue to earn patient care experience according to the weekly schedule you submitted in your application, there's no need to send us an update. We project forward those hours for all applicants based on their weekly schedule and date of application submission. In contrast, if you started a new role or if your hours at an existing role have significantly changed, you are most welcome to add this experience to CASPA. That's right, you can add experiences in CASPA, you just can't edit existing ones. We also welcome you to reach out to us at paprogram@northwestern.edu with these updates, and we will add this information to your admissions file. You can do the same for new awards, honors, publications, or anything notable that you'd like to share with us. If you've completed coursework since applying, or if you have new coursework in progress, you can submit your transcript or transcripts to CASPA. This new coursework will not be verified, and the grades will not factor into the CASPA GPA calculations, but our admissions committee will be able to see this unofficial coursework and grade information. So, we've reviewed the policies and requirements you need to know to apply to Northwestern. And that's important. Those ideas represent the what of admissions. But how about the who and the why? As in, who are our students and why did they choose Northwestern? One great place to start is to take a look at the student and class profiles on our website. The QR codes will link you directly to those pages, or you can navigate to our website and find these under the admissions section via the navigation at top. I mentioned the recorded version of our curriculum and culture information session near the start of this presentation. Please do check that out. I wanted to mention that we will also hold Zoom versions of these sessions a few times during the year. At each session, I will be joined by a few current students and one member of our faculty. You can sign up for these sessions on the information sessions page of our website under the admissions section via the top navigation, or you can scan the QR code you see at top right and you'll be taken right there. And finally, as we close, I would once again like to invite you to visit our website and a quick reminder to follow us on Instagram. We have 3 accounts which are noted for you here. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful for you. We look forward to receiving your application, and we welcome you to contact us with admissions questions at paprogram@northwestern.edu.